But I took the mic and I went, okay, I would like to address your MS concern. I said, and you're about to find out when I give you this answer, why it is the medical profession doesn't like me and why the pharmaceutical companies do not like me. When they told Zev Zelenko that I was the #1 person that needed to be assassinated in the next 2 months, and Zev Zelenko was #2, he kept asking me, what do you know? This was a week before I came out with the Venom stuff. And I said, oh, they know what I'm researching. I said, but I'm about to tell the world something that they don't want coming out. But this is what I said to answer to the MS. This is some of the lies you've been told. I told the whole audience there, and I'll tell you now, if you have any loved ones who are diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, MS, I told the whole audience there, and I'll tell you here now. In 2016, so this is 6 years ago, the Rocky Mountains lab actually asked for tissue samples from 10 people who died from MS. They got the brain and cerebral spinal fluid that your brain sits inside of, your spinal fluid. They got them from the LA coroner's office. 10 brains, 10 samples of cerebral spinal fluid of MS patients, and they wanted to know what they all had in common when they did their dissections. You know what they found inside 100% of the brains and the spinal fluid of the MS patients, Michelle?
It's not going to be good.
Inside the brains of every single dissected MS patient. Every single one of them.
Venom.
Nope.
Ah.
Good guess, though.
Yes.
No, they found roundworm parasites.
Oh, let's good. We're going to talk parasites. I was so excited.
Burrowing holes and canals inside the brains for years of the MS patients. And as your MS loved one or yourself is getting your CT and MRI scans of your brain, and your neurologist keeps telling you they see lesions on your brain, the lesions are the holes being dug by the worms in your brain.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Now, that wasn't the only place they found them. In every single sample of the cerebral spinal fluid, they found 3-inch worms swimming in their spinal fluid.
And you wouldn't know that. Like if I have them right now, I wouldn't know that I had them in there.
No, you would just start having neurological problems, and they would diagnose you with MS.
Right.
But you have worms living in your body, and this is what I said in the conference. I said, just so you know, not a single neurologist in the United States of America has been taught that MS is caused by parasites. Not a single one. In fact, they just do X-rays or CT scans or X-rays and then the MRIs of your brain. They see these little markings on the tissue, and they diagnose you with MS. They never even know what it is. It's actually roundworms. Now, let me explain this to you, because everybody's going to go like this. There's no way all these people have roundworms. Oh, yes, there is.
Oh, yeah. No. You did an episode in October, and I reference it all the time on my show and all the time with everybody, because 90% of people have parasites. And this episode's unbelievable. And then recently you had the doctor who's got the facility, which is the doctor's office here in Scottsdale. It's literally 5 minutes from my house.
Dr. Omar Ahmed is a 45-year parasite.
You just did all this recently. Yeah.
He's phenomenal. Anybody who has MS, and I told them there, you need to go to parasitetesting.com. Go to his website and go to the learning section and go learn all you want about parasites. He is a 45-year parasitologist. He has 5 PhDs. How many people do you have 5 PhDs? This guy is brilliant, and he takes you through all of the conditions that are caused by parasites, not by random weird genetic issues that you need to be drugged for the rest of your life. I just want you to know, when it comes to MS, there's just an example of what you're going to learn in the interviews I do. MS. There's worms digging holes in your brain causing lesions, and as they eat through nerves in your body, you start having neurological symptoms like blindness, auras of light, can't control your arms.
Your brain.
Yeah. So I just want you to know, where do those worms come from?
Parasites.
Roundworm parasites are most often contracted from your dog.
I was going to say that, dogs. Yeah.
Do you want to know how I know and how everyone else knows? Every dog and cat you've ever owned that you take to a vet, what do they first test them for, Michelle?
I don't know. Worms. I don't have animals. Yeah, I don't know.
They test them for a specific parasite called heartworms.
Oh yeah, the heartworms, like in the commercials. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they'll give you like HeartGuard or whatever else. Do you know HeartGuard is actually ivermectin? That's all it is. So I just want you to know, they treat your dogs for worms. Those worms in your pets They lay eggs in your body, and then you poop. The dog poops them out.
Poops them out. Yeah, I had a cat once, and it had the worms when it pooped out, and you saw it because you'd have to put the flashlight at night because you're wondering why the cats, and you're like, oh my God, that's disgusting because you were young and there was worms in the poop. Yes.
And then dogs and cats will lick their rear ends to clean off these shedding eggs.
Then they lick your face.
And then they lick their fur, and then your face, and then you transfer the eggs into you, and then they hatch inside of you. That's how they get there.
Yeah.
That's how